Do you suck at building a schedule? Or do you need some time management tips? Well, I've got you covered because in today's video, I'm going to walk you through my 5 steps to creating and maintaining an organized schedule. So do you ever get overwhelmed with that never-ending lengthy to-do list? Well, let's work together and create a better system so you can be more productive with your time. Hey, if you're new, I'm Lindsay with organizedtosave, and I'm here to help you get organized and be more productive with budget-friendly tips, tricks, and digital products. Which, speaking of digital products, before I dive into these 5 tips in order to create a productive schedule, I'm so excited to announce that I just launched 2 new digital planners over in my Etsy shop. So excited about these planners. I love the color schemes, and digital planning has seriously been a game changer for me. But throughout this video, you're going to see them featured because that is how I plan. And if you want more information or want to snag the planner yourself, I'll have everything linked down in the description. If you're ready to create an organized and productive schedule, let's dive into the tips. Sometimes we need to slow down in order to speed up. We need to take time to make a plan, break it down, and then determine how we can actually tackle it. One of the best ways that I know to do this is to actually do a time audit. Literally keep track of your time for a week and see how you're actually spending it. As you're doing this exercise, I've got a couple things that I want you to keep an eye out for. What type of day do you find yourself being most productive? I know for me, the early mornings after I work out or the evenings when my daughter goes to bed are actually the 2 times of the day that I'm most productive. Probably because it's actually quiet in the house. Write down when you're finding that you're most productive. What were your time wasters? Did you spend a little bit too much time scrolling on social media? Keep track of all of those things that you're doing that are just eating up your time. So this one can be a little uncomfortable. What do you need to start saying no to? Have you volunteered for different positions that honestly are taking away time from your family? Look at all of your different commitments and figure out if there's things that during this next season you need to start saying no to. Next, you're going to want to keep track of your similar tasks. Now, this is going to come in handy a little bit later on in the video, but just write down all the things that you're noticing that you do every single week that are similar. And then lastly, what is missing? Is there something that you've been wanting to incorporate into your schedule that right now you just can't seem to find the time for? Maybe you're wanting to start implementing a workout routine or instilling a weekly date night. Write those down so that way later on we can determine how to fit them into your schedule. Okay, so now that you have your list of where you're spending your time, next we need to determine your planning style. This one is really actually very important because if you have a planner that's not actually working for you, you're never going to use it and you're going to be right back where you started. Now, as I mentioned, I am absolutely in love with digital planning. No, digital planning isn't for everybody. Take some time and think through what type of calendar or planner is going to be most beneficial to you. If it's digital, if it's paper and pen, or if it's a simple calendar that you keep up on your wall. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you inside my digital planner and show you a couple different types of planning. So in my new planners, I actually have 2 different styles of weekly planning. This time block schedule, this is like my love language right here. This is the spread that I definitely gravitate towards the most and works best with my planning style. Now, on our next step, I'm going to dive further into what time blocking actually is, but essentially it is that you are grouping like tasks together in the same time block. In this weekly spread, I have it broken down into a morning, afternoon, and evening time block. How I use mine is that I keep track of different tasks that need to happen during each of those time blocks. As you work your way down, there's a general to-do list, which you can use as a general things that you need to get done during the day, or you can actually use this section to keep track of daily habits that you want to do, which, don't worry, we're going to talk about those too. The second sheet is actually an hourly spread. So if you're one that needs things broken down into actual hour time blocks, this is going to be a great option for you. This is going to allow you to actually break down hour by hour what you need to be doing when, or you can use it as a simple calendar, just scheduling out your different appointments. But if you need to further break down your day and keep track of specific tasks that you need to get done that day, you might want to look into the daily sheets. Now, I currently have 2 different daily sheets in my shop, but I'm continually adding new products, so make sure to check back often. Again, with these, I have a time block version and an hourly version. Okay, so now that you've determined what type of planner works best for you, let's talk about what time blocking and batch tasking is. So remember earlier when I had you write down everything that you did during the week and you were grouping similar things together? This is where we're going to actually plug those into your calendar into a single time block. A great example is if you know that on Tuesdays you have appointments across town, you need to go to the grocery store and go to Target because, hello, it's Target. Well, a great way to be more productive with your time is to actually schedule all of those errands and appointments that are across town within the same time block. You're going to not only be saving time because you're not constantly racing across town, but you'll also be saving money because you're not spending as much on transportation across town as well. So remember also earlier when I asked you what your most productive time of the day? This is where we're going to truly hone in and create productivity gold. Okay, let's get real. If you are not a morning person, stop scheduling mind-heavy things in the mornings. Instead, schedule those things during the time block of day where you are going to be most productive. So lock into those golden hours and see how much more productive you can be by actually utilizing your most productive time of the day. Bonus hack for you. If you're struggling to keep a consistent schedule, maybe you keep popping from one task to another, try setting yourself a timer and stick with one task during that timer. Turn off all notifications, put your phone on silent so you cannot be bothered, and simply stick to the one task that you're working on during that timer. I often do this when I have a lot of writing that I need to get done. I'll even just set like a 30-minute timer, turn off all distractions, and just write. It will help me just focus in on the task at hand. Now, one of the biggest changes that I've had in the last couple years, and specifically the last couple months since, well, life has looked a little bit different lately, is to create attainable routines and daily habits. By creating these routines and daily habits, I know that on any given day, these things are something that I can count on actually being checked off my list. Now, my holy grail of my routines is my morning routine. I can tell honestly a difference in if I do my morning routine versus not in my productivity, my attitude, and yeah. It's just so much better if I actually get my morning routine in. Essentially, there are 3 things that I do every single morning that help me be more productive during the day. Now, please keep in mind that I've worked my way into doing these things. These are not things that just happened overnight. These are habits that you need to start working towards, but then once you instill a habit, it's gonna make it so much easier to actually just naturally do it. So my first thing is waking up early. Like I mentioned earlier, the mornings are my most productive time. So if I can wake up early, then to get in a good workout before I start my day, it's gonna give me the energy that I need to tackle the day, give me a little extra time in the morning before Ellie wakes up to get some stuff done. 3, I love to spend the first part of my day in my digital devotional, just working through my devotions and practicing daily gratitude, because when I do that, it sets me off in a better foot and I feel more awake as well because I'm actually doing something mentally with my mind. Do you ever feel unproductive with your day or feel like you just got absolutely nothing done? Maybe you're looking at your to-do list for the day and absolutely nothing is checked off. Well, I want to encourage you to create a done list. I have this incorporated on my daily insert, but you can simply just do this on a piece of paper. I want you to think through your day and write down everything that you did get done. Give yourself some credit for the things that you did do. And if the only thing that is on that list is that you kept the kids alive for that day, you did it. You kept the kiddos alive for the day. So please don't forget to celebrate your wins because you are getting things done. It might not look exactly how you thought it was gonna look, but as you write these things down, you're gonna realize that you were a little bit more productive than you actually thought. Now, if you are a little bit more curious about digital planning, maybe thinking through and this resonates with you, Check out the video on your screen right now to see a deeper dive into digital planning and how to actually do it. Again, I'll have links down to my new digital planners down in the description. We'll see you in the next video.